Hello everyone. In today's session, we start with a new topic called functions. Topic functions is that way lengthy. But in this session, I think we will be able to do only definition, terminology, and presentation. Now, definition of function is given in various ways. Actually, history of mathematics tells that hundreds of years people have been working on this. Function is the basic unit actually of calculus, and that's a huge area of mathematics. So as time proceeded, people came with new definition, refined definitions. But that crux remained same everywhere. Somebody say defined it as that with each element of set a unique element of set B, or exactly one element of set B, is associated. This is one way of defining. Second way is a function from set A to set B is a rule that assigns to each element X belonging to set A a unique element Y from set B. Third way people defined it as the refined one, maybe in the form of ordered pairs. And it has proper notation also. I have written F, then colon, A, arrow, B. It is read as a function F from set A to set B is a subset of A cross B such that if you have noticed previous two definitions, I have written there somewhere every, and at some place I have written unique or exactly one. Now these two conditions I combine and I write two conditions. I write for every A belonging to set A. Understand symbol, there exists that in left side opening E. There exists B belonging to set B such that pair A comma B belongs to F. Now this takes care of word every, what I have written in first two definitions. And second condition says that if AB belongs to F and AB dash also belongs to F, then B must be same as B dash. And this second condition will take care of uniqueness. Now, frankly speaking, since I know the topic, so I understand every word of the definitions, whatever three definitions I have written. Some of you must be wondering that all long statements I am reading, what I would understand. So whenever you have any such feeling, please draw the diagrams or draw the figures or draw the graphs. You get better idea. So what I do, I try to show it in now picture form. Whatever I said, exactly that same thing in now picture form. I have shown function F from set A to set B, elements small a and small b in set A and set B respectively. And I write that word every below set A and unique word below set B. Means what? That from set A, you pick up element small a, apply F on it. F is a function and get element B or associated value element B in set B. Now word every tells me that this exercise of assigning elements from set B to elements of set A is to be continued till you arrive at the last element of set A. No element from set A should be left out. And word unique tells me that from one element of set A, you cannot reach to two different elements. Exactly one element of set B can be assigned to some element of set A. That is what we mean by unique. Now, if I have to write a notation, one notation could be AB belongs to F. But most of the books you will find that they are full of notation B equal to FA, meaning still remains same. Actually, what happens that FA is that element B. Means what? That after applying F on A, whatever outcome or whatever result you get, that we have kept as B and that appears in set B. This is the notation. Another thing what I want to insist here is that many books or many people colloquially mention that fx is a function. Mind you please, fx is something similar to what I have written here as fa. And I have written f over the arc separately. F is name of the function. If you are describing function, you call the name of the function. We do not say fa. Fa would be value of the function. Same way, fx would be value of the function. Please remember this point that name of the function we should actually mention. It is f. But in colloquial language, if you say fx is a function, that's a different story. But if you want to write the authentic way would be that you call f is a function. Okay? I hope at least this much part you have understood. Now, come to terminology. terminology is that if I am saying that function f is from set A to set B, or AB belongs to f, then we call element small a as source, small b as image of the element A, then capital A, that set from where you are picking those small a, that is called domain of function. Set B is called codomain. You just recall that picture, what I had drawn. Then FA, this is a new notation. This would be set of all images, means all those B's which could become image of some element of set A. They are collected together. That would be called the range. Now, some of you at this stage, can you stretch your mind and understand that what would be FA? Will it not be a subset of codomain? Range is always a subset of codomain. And FA, as I said before, it is nothing but value of the function. Now, let us come to the presentation part. Now, I have already used one notation. What was that? It was something similar to that Venn diagram, that you use circles or arrows. That was one notation, that you take set A, set B, element ABC from set A, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in set B, and show that arrow. Arrow tells me that A is joined to element 1, B is joined to 2, C is joined to 3. Now realize this, elements 4 and 5 are just lying there. They have not been used. Realize this, also we can show function by graph, but before I go there, I just take your attention to this part, that we have given all the elements of set A some images from set B. Set B we have not exhausted fully. There could be some extra elements in set B. We have not mentioned anything about set B, that every element of set B should be utilized. I hope everyone understands. And same way, word unique was reserved for set B, not for set A. Now, let us come to that graph. Graph also represents a function. Whatever values in set A you had written before, they would come along x-axis, and whatever the outcome part you were getting as values B, that I have written here as y. Reason, y equal to fx is a very standard notation. Instead of writing b equal to fa, I preferred to write y equal to fx because that's a standard notation. Then let us go to third, and third representation could be the table form. Let us take one example only to understand that I give values to A as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And with help of some function, I have found B as 9, 16, 25, 36, etc. These are the three types how we generally represent a function. Now let us move to some important points which you should remember. Reason that there is a slight difference between a function and relation. Relation also we have done in our previous sessions. So I start with the first thing is that A is assigned some B, but this exercise we do for every element of set A. Means the defining part of function would be done or would be completed only when entire set capital A is exhausted. I hope everybody understands. I am mentioning again and again, every element of set A must get something from set B. Then next is the codomain part may not be entirely used. Recall that example where 4 and 5 were not used. We have not put any condition on set B. I hope you realize what I'm saying. Now third is a function may assign same B from set B to two different elements of set A. Means from more than one element of set A, you can arrive at same element of set B. But vice versa, not possible. For no A belonging to set A, there could be two elements of set B. This is what I said just now, right? Then I come to next, that there is a test whether a given graph is a graph of function or it is of relation. If you realize this before I go to that test, that function is actually also a subset of A cross B, and relation is also a subset of A cross B. Realize this, relation means any subset without any condition. Whatever subset you are taking from A cross B, that may work as relation. But every relation is not a function. Every function is a relation because it is a subset. I hope you realized. How do we realize whether a graph is graph of a relation or it is a graph of function. What we do, we draw the graph and we take a vertical line. If it meets the graph at two different points, it would be a graph of relation. And if it meets at one point only, it is a graph of function. Means you draw a vertical line, you have drawn a graph, it meets at two different points, then it is graph of relation. And if it meets exactly at one point, it is a graph of function. I hope whatever in those last 2 points I have written, you draw and you realize that which type of graphs denote graphs of relation or graphs of functions. I think this is enough for this session. Please revise. Till then, I come back with a new topic. Stay tuned. Thank you.